Riches, the fall of a dreamer. They say dreams can lift you from the dust or bury you in it. This is the story of Chike, a boy from Aba who chased the glitz of Hushpuppi's life, only to find himself lost in a nightmare of his own making. From rags to riches he dreamed, but the riches came stained with blood. His father's words echoed through it all. Once you start to lie, you'll steal, then you'll kill. Let's walk his path, watch a dreamer fall, and wonder if he can ever climb back. Chike was 17, born in Aba, a town of hustle and heat. His life was small, a cramped house, a mother selling peppers, a father fixing shoes. But his phone opened a window to Hushpuppi, Hushpuppi, the Nigerian scammer turned Instagram king. Designer suits, private jets, Dubai skylines. Chike saw riches beyond his dusty streets. One night, he found a documentary, Hushpuppi's rise from nothing to millions through cybercrime. Chike traced every step, the scams, the swagger, the arrest. If he did it, I can too, he thought. Ghana was his Dubai, a land of opportunity just across the border. His father, Obina, saw the fire in his son's eyes. Chike, he warned, crime starts small. Once you start to lie, you'll steal, then you'll kill. Stay here. Work honest. But Chike laughed it off. Papa, I'll come back rich, he said, and left Aba behind. The journey to Accra was long, but Chike felt alive. Ghana pulsed with possibility. Markets, music, money. He'd follow Hushpuppi's playbook. Charm, hustle, win. But the streets don't hand out dreams for free. Accra welcomed him with noise and chaos. He had 5,000 naira.
He tried selling phone chargers, but the market chewed him up. Then he met Kofi, a slick-talking guy with gold chains and a sly grin. Kofi saw Chike's hunger. "You want to be big like Hushpuppi?" he asked. "Join my crew. We run things here." Chike hesitated. His father's words flickered, but the promise of cash drowned them out. He nodded. It started with lies, email scams, fake deals. Chike learned fast, crafting stories to trick foreigners. Money flowed, small at first, then bigger. He bought new clothes, a phone. "I'm on my way," he thought, mimicking Hushpuppi's posts. The crew celebrated. Drinks, girls, noise. But Kofi's world wasn't just scams. "We need you for more," he said one night. Chike didn't ask questions. He'd lied already. His father's warning was a whisper now. Then came the stealing, kidnapping. They snatched a businessman, held him for ransom. Chike's hands shook, but the payout was huge. 50,000 cedis. "This is it," he told himself, burying the guilt. The crew grew bolder. Drugs next. Chike moved cocaine, white powder staining his dreams. He stopped calling home. His father's voice faded, replaced by Kofi's. "More, Chike, more." Then the killing started. Organ harvesting, Kofi's new game. They took a debtor, cut him open, sold his parts. Chike stood there, numb. "Once you start to lie." His father's words hit, too late. It got darker. Blood sacrifice. Kofi said it brought power, protection. Chike held the knife once, twice. He didn't flinch anymore. The boy from Aba was gone, replaced by a stranger. Prostitution sealed it. They trafficked girls, young, broken. Chike ran the deals, his voice steady. He wore Hushpuppi's style, Gucci, gold, but his reflection was a monster. One night, he looked in the mirror and didn't know himself. The riches were there, cars, cash, chains, but so was the blood. He'd lied, stolen, killed. His father's prophecy had come true. Back in Aba, his father's advice had been simple. Crime escalates, Chike. It starts with a lie. Now, it was all he had left. A warning he'd ignored, now screaming in his head. He knew too much. Names, deals, bodies. The crew watched him now. Kofi's grin turned cold. "You can't leave," he said. Chike felt the walls closing in. He tried to run. Once. Bullets followed. The gang didn't let go easy. He escaped, but the streets knew his face. He was trapped, too deep to turn back. In a shack, he found his old phone, a picture of his mother, his father. Papa was right, he whispered. Could he leave? He didn't know how. Crime was his skin now. The police hit hard one night. Kofi's empire cracked. Chike watched, hidden. Some got caught, some died. He could run, but to where? Home? Prison? He stood at a crossroads, literally. Abba called, but so did the dark. His father's words were a lifeline, or a noose. Could he leave the life he'd built? He'd spilled blood, too much. It clung to him, a mark he couldn't wash off. Redemption felt like a lie now. Kofi's trust faded. You know too much, he said. Chike saw the end coming, betrayal or a bullet. A child's gaze stopped him once, pure, like his old self. It hurt more than any wound. Could he still change? He threw cash into the river, riches he'd killed for. It sank, useless. A step, maybe, but the past didn't drown so easy. He boarded a bus, back to Abba, maybe. The road was long, his heart heavy. Could he face his father? Obinna waited, always had. Once you kill, he'd said. Would he take Chike back, broken as he was? Abba loomed, home or judgment. His father stood there. Words hung unspoken. Could he leave the crime behind? They hugged, father and son. I lied, I stole, I killed, Chike confessed. Obinna's silence was loud. Days passed. Chike fixed shoes, quiet. The gang faded, but so did his dreams of riches. Was this enough? He'd tasted glory, rags to riches. Now it was rags again. The price of crime was his soul. Once you start to lie. It played on repeat. He knew too much. Could he ever forget? Shadows followed, Ghana's ghosts. The gang wasn't done. Safety was a dream too. He prayed, first time in years, for forgiveness, for peace. Could it erase the blood? One day he walked, away from Abba, maybe forever. Too much knowledge, too much pain. Where to? Rags to riches, then back again. Chike chased Hushpuppi and found hell. His father's advice was all he had. Can he leave? You decide. Like and subscribe if this hit you. Stay safe. Dreams can cost too much.